You're ready to sell your house and now you want to understand, should I go the for sale by owner route or list with an agent? In this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of for sale by owner. So let's talk about some pros first, okay? So one of the pros is, you save money on commission, because if you list with an agent, more than likely it's going to be around that 5 to 6% commission rate, and 3%, half and half, however you want to do the deal. So if you have one less person involved, then you're saving money on commission. So hey, like I said, you're saving money on commission. We're going to talk about how that may not be true, but if everything works out perfectly like the way it could, then hey, you're saving money on commission. Awesome. And another pro is you represent yourself. You don't have to worry about anyone telling you what to do, and you could, if you make all the decisions and you understand, maybe you understand all the laws and you've had experience before, you just want to represent yourself, hey, go ahead and do it. Okay. And one of the pros for sale by owners, maybe 15, 20 years ago, you sold a house, you put a sign in the yard, and now you're thinking, well, I could do that same stuff today, but also list on Zillow for sale by owner, Realtor.com for sale by owner, all those platforms, and the internet can market it for me. So hey, that's one pro that way as well. If you're saving money, you can represent yourself and you can post on the internet. And maybe you had a bad experience 10 years ago with an agent. You're selling a house now. You don't have to deal with an inexperienced agent. You know what you're doing maybe, and you want to go that route for sale by owner. Okay, and there's also no timeline. So you don't have to sign a listing agreement that a start date and end date. You don't have to worry about what happens if this sells after the list date, if I go by myself, commission, money payout, all that stuff. You don't have to worry about that because you're listing it by yourself. Okay, and also maybe your motivation is, hey, if this thing sells, amazing. If it doesn't, I can just keep it for sale by owner and go from there. So that's some of the pros. And another pro that people talk about for sale by owner is you can hire a lawyer to help you with the paperwork. To maybe you want to represent yourself, but also you want someone to help you understand some of the terminology in a contract. Hey, you can hire a lawyer. So maybe that money you're saving on commission, maybe you could put that money towards with the lawyer for paperwork. Okay, now let's talk about the cons of for sale by owner. Okay, so less reach, and by less reach I mean the MLS. When you list a house, it goes in the MLS, and all the agents can get their eyes on that property and understand, okay, so this one's for sale. Versus on Zillow, if it's for sale by owner, there's special tabs you have to go to find for sale by owner, and sometimes they're kind of hard to find and you just kind of miss them. But if it's on MLS, I dropped my marker, but we're going to keep going. On the MLS, it's all the agents have their eyes on it, and yeah, go from there. And with more agents with eyes on it, that means potentially more vetted buyers as well. Okay, so if you have more agents and more vetted buyers, that you can, so if I'm a listing agent and someone says they have a buyer, okay, then more likely I have a vetted buyer ready to rock and roll. Versus if you're by yourself and someone calls, maybe that agent, they do have a vetted buyer, or maybe it's some random person that wants to look at the house, and now what do you do? But if you know what you're doing, hey, then maybe it won't be a bad thing. And this is another thing. So if the house is sitting on the market longer because of maybe less reach, and also maybe the agent's good at advertising, the brokerage is good at advertising your house, get more eyeballs on the property. Now, maybe you have less leverage in a higher days on market scenario. And that leads me to the next point. And if you don't really know a lot of negotiation skills, that could be a potential hiccup for you. Okay. And if you're going against someone that brings you an offer that's an agent on the buying side that really knows what they're doing when it comes down to negotiating, you could be taken advantage of and get a really bad deal out of the transaction. Okay, and by hiring that lawyer, you understand terminology, but that lawyer doesn't know the market value per se, as maybe someone that has access to all the data on the MLS, like a real estate agent with understanding price, market value, and all that stuff. And I put down here, this is just the data speaking. You can look it up. For sale by owners, on average, they lose 20% than listing with an agent. So they would make more money if they listed with an agent on average. Not always, on average. And yeah, like I said, there's pros and cons of each scenario. You truly have to understand, where you're at and how much do you know in the industry. And really, negotiating skills and marketability. Can you compete with an agent? I don't know. Everyone's scenario is different, but hopefully you guys learned something in this video. I try to make it unbiased as possible because I am a realtor. So there obviously could be some biases leaning one side, but I try to make it, not leaning towards one side and just try to provide as much value as possible. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe for more. Any other platform, like and follow for more as well. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.